Hi everyone, welcome back to All About Financial Aid. I'm John. Thanks for joining us. I wanted to make this video to tell you the top 5 reasons that financial aid fails to disperse. This is a very common problem, especially with the incoming students or continuing students returning from a leave of absence, that kind of thing. So we're going to go through these top 5 reasons. Hopefully you watch this video before your aid fails to disperse. If your aid fails to disperse, you'll get an email from my office telling you why and asking you to contact us or telling you what you need to do in order to get your aid to go through. Okay, so let's get started. Number 5, not meeting SAP. You need to be making satisfactory academic progress toward your degree. Okay, so if you're not making satisfactory progress, the Department of Education doesn't want to keep paying you to basically be failing all your classes or not making progress towards your degree. You can't just stay a student at your first year forever. So the problem with satisfactory academic progress is a lot of times it's calculated by our computer systems. So our computer system might get tripped up if, for example, you took a leave of absence. Now you're returning from your leave of absence. The computer system might see that you missed a semester, and we may need to go in and manually adjust your file so that you can receive your aid. Okay, another common problem is if you withdrew from classes or had failed classes or incomplete classes in the previous semester. A lot of times the computer will see that and list you as not meeting satisfactory academic progress. Okay, so those are the main things you need to worry about. If that situation does apply to you, make sure you get in touch with our office, email your financial aid counselor before the next semester is coming up so that you give us plenty of time to work on your file. Okay. Number 4, aid not accepted. This one is a big one. So when you get that award notice, there's going to be a letter with a lot of fine print and information in the bottom that no one really wants to read. Everybody kind of wants to look at the numbers of how much aid you're going to be receiving, and they get excited about that. No one wants to read that information at the bottom, but please read all of that award notice because there's a lot of useful information at the bottom. Part of it is that's going to tell you that you need to go into the system and accept your aid. So at our school, we have My UTH system. When you log into the My UTH portal, you'll be able to accept aid by clicking on the aid year, and then there'll be a little pencil icon where you can adjust the amount. So if you want to accept the full amount, you'd put the full amount in. If you want to accept the lower amount, you could do that as well. Okay. But not accepting the aid is a big problem. We're not allowed to disperse aid out to you that you haven't accepted, so we do need you to go into the system and accept that aid. Okay. Number 3, holds on your account. Any hold is going to prevent your aid from dispersing. All right. I get a lot of questions of students who call my office and they either want me to remove a hold or they want to fight with me about why I can't disperse aid when their hold is for health insurance or something that's not financial aid related. Any hold at the university is going to prevent your aid from getting dispersed. Okay, a lot of times the admissions office will have holds if they want immunizations, health insurance. The registrar's office may have a hold for transcripts if they want transcript from your undergrad or prior institution. They may be requesting that. Any department that has a hold on your account, you need to work it out with them. You need to get them to clear that hold before we can disperse the aid out to you. Okay, you have to work it out with the department that put the hold on the account, because we can't take another department's hold off of your account. And if we have a hold on your account, another department can't take ours off either. So you do need to be aware of that. All right. And remember, even other departments' holds do prevent disbursement. If you have a financial aid hold from a previous semester and you haven't resolved the issue, it's going to prevent aid from going out the next semester. So make sure you do get in touch with us. If we need any documents from you, we'll request that from you so that we can get that hold removed from your account, okay? Number 2, not enrolled or enrolled for less than half time. Now you do need to be enrolled at least half time to be receiving aid, okay? This is a very common issue. A lot of people don't know what the limits are, so I'll go over that with you now. For undergraduate students, it's going to be 6 credit hours. You need to be enrolled in at least 6 credit hours, even if your program is only designed for 5 credit hours that semester. For federal student aid purposes, you have to be enrolled in 6 hours to receive some aid, okay? It's very important to be aware of that. For your graduate students, you need to be enrolled for at least 5 credit hours, but during the summer semester, you need to be enrolled at least 3 credit hours as a graduate student. Undergraduate students need 6 credit hours any semester, okay? Now, say you get to the first week of classes, you didn't get disbursed, and then you call our office, and we tell you you're not enrolled for enough hours. You could add another class so that you'll be over the amount of time, the amount of credit hours that you need, and then we'll be able to disperse the aid out to you, okay? And the number one most common reason aid fails to disperse is missing the promissory note and entrance counseling. The promissory note and entrance counseling is by far the most common reason why aid fails to disperse, okay? Remember when we said you need to read that full award notice? Part of that fine print at the bottom tells you that your journey is not complete. You still need to complete the promissory note and entrance counseling, okay? Now, for the federal student loans, this is going to be at studentaid.gov. You'll see different options at the top of the page. One of them is complete aid process. If you roll your mouse over that complete aid process, more buttons will pop up, and 2 of those are complete MPN and complete entrance counseling. So you would click on those, and then you'll have to log in so that as you complete them, it will link to your account. The Department of Education will send that information to us and let us know that you do have an active promissory note and entrance counseling. If your promissory note, usually it should be good for 10 years unless you selected a smaller time frame. But if you fill one out your first year, usually most students select the 10-year option so that we can issue more loans under that. We can do that for all 4 years that you're here, or however many years you're going to be here. But usually it's good for 10 years. There is an option to make it good for only 1 year. If you select that option, you have to fill out a new MPN the next year. But most students are going to select the 10-year option. It's just easier to not have to keep doing that paperwork over and over, okay? But that's very important, and it's by far, like I said, the most common reason that aid fails to disperse. So let's recap quick. Number 1, entrance counseling and promissory note at studentaid.gov. Very, very important. Please fill those out. Drop everything, fill those out now. It's very important. You log in using the same username and password you used to fill out the FAFSA, and that's how you would do those. The enrollment, make sure you're enrolled at least half time. If you don't know what half time is, you can call your financial aid counselor. They will explain the amount of credit hours you need, and it's based on if you're a graduate or undergraduate. Like we said, for undergrads, it's going to be 6 credit hours. For the grads, it's 5 credit hours for fall or spring semester, 3 credit hours during the summer. Make sure you clear holds. Clear holds even from a different department that's not financial aid. You still need to clear holds so that we can get your financial aid dispersed out to you, okay? Accept the aid in the system. Please don't let that you didn't accept the aid be the reason that it doesn't get dispersed on time. It's pretty simple. You just log into your student portal, you accept the aid, and you're done. And number 5, satisfactory academic progress. If one of those situations does apply to you, like that you failed a class or had an incomplete, withdrawals, returning from a leave of absence is another one that sometimes will trip up the computer. If any of those apply to you, make sure you get in touch with us before the semester starts. Give us some time to work on your file so that we can make sure your aid disperses on time. Okay. And here's our contact information if you do need to get in touch with us, or if you need to file paperwork with us, you can find that on the website. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. We have a new Twitter page, so we're trying to plug that as well. And you can see our phone number and our office hours here as well. All right, everyone, thanks for joining, and make sure you like and subscribe before you go. Take care.